Recording now. This is Michelle Renee in behalf of Preacherhead Ministries Women's Corner, where we try and get a variety of female speakers speaking about topics that pertain to women. We empower each other. We have on today Sister Medina Nance. She's um, a naturopathic herbalist, and her expertise is in tailoring uh, health and wellness programs according to individual need. Today, she's talking about rebounding and how it affects the lymphatic system. Medina Nance.
Good morning. And first off, praise God and thank you for having me on the show. I know you're always being proactive and helping people on every level, and I appreciate that. I think this is a great topic because rebounding is a, light aerobic exercise. It, doesn't offer trauma like, if a person is out walking, which is a pump for the lymphatic system. Walking is, but not everybody can walk. So I'm going to talk about rebounding in relationship to the lymphatic system, and also another alternative for people who can't stand or walk, which will help increase the lymphatic system, which is called dry brushing. But rebounding, it has so many amazing benefits for the lymphatic system, which is a part of the circulatory and immune system. Rebounding helps to strengthen it. And a rebounder, for those who don't know, it's like a mini trampoline. You can purchase those online. They're not expensive. And they even have some with handles on them for people who might not have good footing. And you're just basically bouncing up and down on it. And the lymphatic system, it's a system that runs parallel to the circulatory system. It works with what they call lymphocytes, and these are like white blood cells, and they move through the body through the blood valves. And these blood valves go, throughout the entire body, just like the circulatory system from head to toe. And a lot of times when we're sedative, and some people are just due to their work or at home, or maybe you have a condition where you can't move like you'd like to. The rebounder is an excellent way to go because you can get up on that rebounder while you're, listening to something, watching something, be it TV or something educational, or some people even put up a book, but just like, when they're running in place. And this rebounder, it actually helps to shake up your lymphatic system, to move it. And the lymphatic system, it actually, is a group of organs, blood vessels, and tissues that help to protect us from infection. It's known as, a janitor and a civil defense system. We can look at it that way. And your lymphatic system, it's comprised of clear lymph that flows through bone marrow, your thymus gland, and lymph nodes. And people know things like swollen tonsils or tonsillitis, adenoids, strep throat or sore throat, laryngitis or sinusitis. That's where there's a swelling or a backup. A lot of times it's due to, mucus or just waste in general that clogs up the lymphatic system. And it is a part of our circulatory and immune system. So it's important that we keep that system going. And walking, like I said, can help pump it and move the lymphatic system, but the rebounding is just, it does so much more in such an easier way. So just get on that lymphatic rebounder And you're not only helping your lymphatic system, but you're helping your circulatory system, your immune system as well, all three systems. And a dry skin brush, for those who don't know, that is a very firm bristle brush, but you don't want nylon bristles. It's usually a vegetable bristle brush that you can get at better health food stores. Again, it's not expensive. It might be around $10, $12. And you can dry skin the brush from the feet upward toward the heart and from the neck downward toward the heart. And I usually always give out sheets about dry skin brushing, the benefits of it and what it can do. Because I remember some time back having a young man who came in with a sore that wouldn't, a wound, a sore that turned into a wound that wouldn't heal. And he was, I thought he was a diabetic, but his brother brought him in, and I looked at the wound, and it didn't look good. It didn't smell good. And, he was in fear of his foot being amputated. And so I told him, I said, I want you to get a dry skin brush when you leave here and get some chlorophyll. Matter of fact, I think I gave him some chlorophyll. I gave him about a quarter bottle of chlorophyll. And I told him, I said, put about a teaspoon of this chlorophyll in water and drink it in the morning and in the evening. And after you clean that wound with 50-50 warm water and peroxide, then put some chlorophyll directly into the wound. And I told him, I said, you have nothing to lose. And he sent me pictures, which I still show pictures of the before and after. And I thought about something Obama said when he was stumping for office. He said the doctor who helps to save a diabetic foot from being amputated won't get paid. But the doctor who amputates that foot is going to get thousands of dollars. Then he asked the thinking man's question, what's wrong with that healthcare system? So that gave me a lot of food for thought. And that's why I love this topic about rebounding and the lymphatic system, because we can help build up our immune system, build up our circulatory system, and our lymphatic system. And I don't know if everyone knows this, but strokes and heart attacks are lethal, deadly, 70% of the time. So if you see somebody survive a stroke or heart attack, praise God. And there's a lot of work they can do. They can get a rebounder, do dry skin brushing and rebounding every day to get that lymphatic and immune system and circulatory system working. And internally, aside from liquid chlorophyll, there are many, many things that can help the lymphatic system. Mullein, which a lot of people, might drink that tea. That's the best way to take it. For respiratory system, it's also great for the immune system. There are stronger ones, but they could interfere with people who have low blood sugar or low blood pressure. So I just try to think of something simple like mullein. And ginkgo. Ginkgo is a circulatory herb that helps to increase the blood flow and increase circulation. So is bilberry, also known for the eyes. So I just wanted to give people a couple of examples of things they can do and help to clear that mucus, to clear that lymph, to increase circulation. And this is a very proactive and preventative thing to do versus waiting until something shows up. Because a lot of things could show up besides tonsillitis and sinusitis. It could also be lumps and tumors that could, over time, if ignored, be turned cancerous. So we always want to be thinking of getting ahead of the game and cleansing and prevention. So I hope this information, helps people to do something simple to be proactive.
It absolutely did. Thank you so much for your information. I got my rebounder. I read something that you wrote about rebounder. I got my rebounder and my dry brush, and I use it
Awesome.
regularly. Yes.
Um,
Thank you so
I
much.
wish I could just don't. I wish I could donate those to everyone and all the nursing homes and hospitals. You're more than welcome.
I know. You know what? That's a really great idea. I wonder if we can. I'm gonna see if we can get some donations of dry brushes. At least that shouldn't be too hard to get donated, and we can pass those
No,
out.
yeah, we did that to a couple of
Okay.
nursing homes back in the
Wonderful.
90s. And I remember
Really.
the nurses and the patients coming back and saying how it improved so much.
That's fantastic. I love that. Thank you so much, Medina. I appreciate your
Thank
information
you.
and I appreciate all that you know and all that you share and all that you do.
Likewise,
All right. Have a wonderful day.
you too.
Bye.